I don't think you can spend too much time watching film, but I think you can spend too much time trying to dissect every single thing. I think there's times where you're playing a team that like them, that they play their certain coverages and they play them really well, that you just have to go out there and execute. I mean, that's the biggest thing. The plays are going to be there. You're going to have chances in the game to have opportunities, but they're not going to be a ton. So when you do get those opportunities, just make sure you execute at a high level.
Patrick Mahomes talking to reporters on Wednesday about watching film and getting himself ready for the Super Bowl. Last year, in the aftermath of the 13-3 loss to the Patriots, Rams coach Sean McVay suggested that he over-prepared. He went back and watched too much, and maybe it got into his head and screwed him up a little bit. But, you know, teams often go back 2 years in preparing for a key game. So I don't know that you can over-prepare, Chris. I think that, you know, that extra little bit of time, and I've had this conversation with coaches before, like, you know, it's fascinating that you can spend every waking moment studying film from other teams and other games and other this and other that for ideas, and eventually the response was, holy crap, now I'm nervous, I need to get back to work. I mean, that is a reality that you never know what that last play you look at, whether that's going to be the one that gives you the idea that makes all the difference in the world at the right time. I mean, the Patriots surely are happy with their over-preparation for the Seahawks with the play that they used at the goal line in Super Bowl 49. I'm sure they were happy they were ready for that one, right? Because they had gone back and studied enough film. So I don't think you can be over-prepared for a Super Bowl.
I don't know if you can be over-prepared either. And listen, I don't even know if I buy what Sean McVay's trying to sell us last year about over-preparing. I watched that game on film. It was the same plays they ran all year long. Okay, so, you know, I don't know. You know, you certainly, I think this is the big thing I look at, right? Yeah, the first week you get your whole game plan in, everything's ready, let's go play football. You know, the second week you can just tinker. Oh, the pressure's off because the game plan's not there. But, you know, just from friends I've talked to and things, you just continue to watch film. And, oh, you know, that's a good idea. Maybe tomorrow, Wednesday of Super Bowl week, even though we have the game plan in, I'll throw in these 4 or 5 more new plays here just because I like them and I think they give us a chance. So, you know, the week of the Super Bowl, because so much of the preparation's already done, I do think you can fall into that trap. But I don't know if it's a bad trap. I don't think it is. And here's the other thing to me, Mike, that jumps out about this matchup. You know, Mahomes, Andy Reid, they should have great experience with this defense. The 49ers play the Seattle scheme, as we've talked about, right? So many times. Well, they've played this defensive scheme a lot over the last few years. The Los Angeles Chargers, this is what they've run. They've played them 4 times. They've played the Jaguars each of the last 2 years. They run the scheme, of course. The Seattle Seahawks run the scheme. So they have, and they played them last year. So I'm saying they should have a good inventory of base plays or ways to attack right off the bat from teams that they've played in their own division and through the league the last 2 years who are very similar to what the 49ers do, Mike.
And part of what Patrick Mahomes has done so far in preparing to face the 49ers, he has watched film of Ravens hosting the 49ers, one of San Francisco's only losses this year. Lamar Jackson, the things he was able to do against that defense. Here's Mahomes explaining what he learned from watching Lamar Jackson versus San Francisco's D.
I know I can't juke like Lamar or do stuff like that, but I feel like I can't extend plays. And when I watch similar opponents, like I will watch with Lamar playing the 49ers and seeing how he could extend plays, then I know that that's some stuff that I could take away, but I obviously can't run at the same agility or speed that he can.
Right, but you don't have to be all the way at the Lamar Jackson level to still have the ability to extend the plays, to juke guys, to make guys miss, to avoid tacklers, and to run the ball, and continue to be the leading rusher for the Kansas City Chiefs in the 2019 postseason. And Chris, yesterday Peter King and I were talking about this, and I know this is a theme that comes up from time to time, and some Chiefs fans are a little bit upset with me because I suggested that, as you've said in the past, when the quarterback chooses to run the ball, you got to make him pay.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm not saying you got to take him out. I'm not saying you got to apply a dirty hit. What I'm saying is he's fair game. He's fair game. And you've got teams that err on the side of staying away from a quarterback near the sideline. My point yesterday is maybe they won't. Maybe they're willing to risk a penalty if it means reminding Patrick Mahomes he doesn't get two-hand touch rules when he decides to take off with the football. He gets the same rules that apply to running backs.
Yeah, no, I mean, when running becomes a big part or a theme of your game as a quarterback, defensive coordinators are going to start to preach this. Hey, they want him to run around. Hey, he wants to scramble. You know, we got to make him pay. And you're right, it's not about dirty play, but I think that, yes, if I'm the 49ers, I tote the line of, ooh, he's about to step out of bounds. Okay, I might hit him this time. It's the first quarter. I'll take a 15-yard penalty, whatever it may be. I'll risk it for just laying a little, laying the wood on him to a degree.
Let's be clear. We're not saying do it on purpose. We're saying let's shed this, that we see that demeanor so often from defensive players when a quarterback's inside. He's a quarterback. Well, if it's a running back, you hit him. And if the quarterback becomes the running back, it's the same rules. And I imagine that Robert Saleh and all the position coaches on the 49ers defensive staff is showing the film of that 27-yard touchdown, Chris, and telling the guys, we better not do this against the Chiefs or we have no chance.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, his running has gone to another level. His movement's gone to another level. And it's going to be the key to the game. This is what Robert Saleh is going to be just preaching to his defensive line for the next 2 weeks. We got to get after him. It's got to be U4. I don't want to be blitzing this guy. You got to be rabid dogs. We can't let him out of the pocket. All of those things. Mahomes gone to a new level of scrambling, so this will be a big part of the game.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.